So oddly enough, the first thing your reader is going to see is the last thing you're going to write. You've got your four body paragraphs, you've got your conclusion, you've got your thesis. Now, after everything is together, it's really important to create an intro that explains to the reader what your tension meant in 20th century American culture. So the way you're going to do this, as you can see on the screen, is by first introducing each term of the tension and explaining what that term meant in 20th century America. And you can see that below in the sample we're going to look at in the orange and green sections, where one at a time the intro looks at each term, explains what it means, and gives an example of it in 20th century American culture. And then you're going to move on to step 2, where you're going to say in your intro, okay, I've defined these two terms. How do they collide with each other in America? Where are the places where they don't work together as well, or where paradoxically they seem to be happening at the same time? So the relationship between the two ideas, the pressure points. And then finally, the third thing you're going to do in your thesis is the third thing you're going to do in your intro is attach the thesis that you've already written. So if we look at this sample intro that I've written, it's on the topic of nature as transcendent space versus nature as commodity, not versus, nature as transcendent space and nature as commodity. And here's a sample. And what I've done is color-coded things. So the orange sentences here are all about defining transcendence. And then the green sentences here explain commodification of nature. And then the blue sentences here explain how the two interrelate. And finally, at the very end, I've got these bright fuchsia sentences, which are my thesis. So once again, you can pause this and read this on your own, but orange and green are explaining the terms. Orange explains one term, green explains the other. The blue sentences are where these two terms collide in American culture, and the fuchsia sentences are the thesis. Now, you don't have to do these color codes in your intro. I'm using them here to show you the different elements of an introduction so that you can clearly see how first we define one term, then we use several sentences to define another term, then we use sentences to talk about how they collide, and then we have a thesis. So these are all the pieces that you want to have in there. Okay, hope this helps you. Look forward to seeing your work. Don't hesitate to call, email, or text with questions about intros or even to run sample intros by me. Thanks.